projected 35% increase in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025, an in-depth report. Date, February 5, 2025. Overview. By the end of Q4 2025, global trade efficiency is projected to increase by 35%, significantly affecting vital sectors such as transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture. This anticipated growth arises in the context of evolving economic dynamics marked by rising protectionism and economic fragmentation. Businesses must navigate a complex landscape filled with both challenges and opportunities to capitalize on this potential increase in efficiency. Key trends impacting trade efficiency. 1. Economic fragmentation. The global trade environment is increasingly characterized by uncertainty, highlighted by heightened protectionism and trade disputes. The World Economic Forum reports a surge in harmful policy interventions, rising from 600 in 2017 to more than 3,000 annually by 2023. This escalation in trade barriers poses significant challenges for global supply chains. 2. Supply chain vulnerabilities. Recent real-world events, including water shortages in the Panama Canal and conflicts in various regions, have stressed supply chains. Businesses relying on just-in-time inventory systems are particularly vulnerable and may need to consider shifting to a just-in-case model, which, while prudent, could lead to higher costs and inflationary pressures. 3. Cybersecurity risks. The intersection of trade and cybersecurity. Businesses can mitigate the adverse effects of tariffs and trade restrictions. 3. Invest in cybersecurity. Comprehensive cyber risk strategies are essential for safeguarding sensitive information and ensuring operational resilience. 4. Engage in scenario planning. Businesses should conduct scenario planning to assess potential trade policy changes, allowing for swift adaptations to market dynamics. 5. Advocate for trade agreements. Companies should engage with policymakers to promote multilateral trade agreements, which can help reduce fragmentation and create a stable economic climate. Sector-specific impacts. Transportation. The transportation sector is poised for significant efficiency gains through advancements in logistics and supply chain management. Technologies such as autonomous vehicles, drone deliveries, and AI-powered route optimization are expected to streamline operations. Telecommunications. With the rise of 5G and improved connectivity solutions, telecommunications will facilitate smoother logistics, enhancing communication and coordination across supply chains. These advancements will support rapid response times and data sharing, essential for operational efficiency. Agriculture. In agriculture, advancements in data analytics, precision farming, and biotechnology are anticipated to optimize production and distribution processes. These innovations can lead to reduced waste, better resource management, and ultimately increased trade efficiency. Perspectives on challenges and opportunities. While the World Economic Forum emphasizes the risks associated with economic fragmentation and protectionism, other sources highlight the potential for technological advancements and efficiencies that can arise from these challenges. Companies that adapt and innovate could find new avenues for growth despite the complex landscape. Historical context and timeline. 2017, 600 harmful policy interventions affecting global trade recorded. 2023, the number of harmful interventions surged to over 3,000 annually, reflecting escalating trade barriers. 2025 projected, a 35% increase in global trade efficiency is anticipated, contingent on businesses implementing strategic responses to current challenges. Conclusion. In conclusion, while the landscape of global trade presents significant challenges due to fragmentation and rising protectionism, proactive strategies focusing on supply chain resilience, technological integration, and advocacy for cooperative trade policies can position businesses for success by the end of 2025. The anticipated increase in global trade efficiency across key sectors offers a promising outlook for businesses willing to navigate the complexities of the current economic environment. This report synthesizes insights from multiple sources including the World Economic Forum and industry experts to provide a comprehensive overview of the projected increase in global trade efficiency and its implications across critical sectors. Businesses are encouraged to leverage this information to inform strategic decisions in the coming years. The projected 35% increase in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025, particularly within the sectors of transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture, presents several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional understandings of the trade landscape. Amid growing protectionism and economic fragmentation, the anticipated efficiency gains may appear paradoxical given the simultaneous rise of tariffs, geopolitical tensions, and supply chain vulnerabilities. Here are some of the notable counterintuitive aspects identified in the content. 1. Increased trade efficiency amid protectionism. Typically, one would assume that an increase in protectionist policies and tariffs would hinder trade efficiency. However, the forecasted 35% rise suggests that businesses might adapt to these constraints by innovating and optimizing their operations. As companies diversify supply chains and enhance logistics processes, they may find new efficiencies that offset the negative impacts of protectionist measures. 2. Just-in-case versus just-in-time inventory models. The shift from a just-in-time to a just-in-case inventory model is often seen as a defensive move against supply chain disruptions. While this approach may lead to higher costs and inflationary pressures, it could also catalyze investments in technology and automation that ultimately enhance efficiency across supply chains. Businesses may discover that building resilience through redundancy can lead to more streamlined operations in the long run. 3. Cybersecurity as a trade efficiency lever. The increasing focus on cybersecurity amidst rising digital threats might seem like an additional burden for businesses. However, investing in robust cybersecurity measures can enhance overall operational efficiency. By protecting sensitive data and ensuring uninterrupted digital supply chains, businesses can prevent costly disruptions and potentially gain competitive advantages in efficiency. 4. Scenario planning as a strategic advantage. While many organizations might perceive scenario planning as a resource-intensive exercise, it can serve as a critical tool for seizing opportunities in a fragmented trade landscape. By proactively assessing potential policy changes and market shifts, businesses can position themselves to capitalize on emerging efficiencies, rather than merely reacting to challenges. 5. Technological advancements driving growth. The prevailing narrative often highlights the risks associated with technological advancements, especially in the context of increased regulatory scrutiny. However, the content suggests that innovations in telecommunications and logistics could substantially improve trade efficiency. By leveraging advanced analytics and AI, companies can not only mitigate risks but also optimize their operations, suggesting that technology can serve as a double-edged sword, introducing both challenges and efficiencies. 6. Fragmentation leading to collaboration. While economic fragmentation is commonly viewed as a barrier to trade, it could paradoxically foster new forms of collaboration. As businesses navigate diverse regulatory environments, they may seek partnerships and alliances that enhance their operational capabilities. This collaborative approach could lead to innovative solutions and shared efficiencies that wouldn't have emerged in a more homogeneous trade landscape. 7. Investment in advocacy and trade agreements. Engaging with policymakers to promote multilateral trade agreements might seem counterproductive in a fragmented environment. However, advocating for cooperative trade policies could lead to long-term efficiencies that outweigh short-term disruptions. By aligning interests across borders, businesses can foster a more stable trading environment that benefits all parties involved. 8. Visibility and transparency as competitive differentiators. The emphasis on enhancing supply chain visibility may appear to be merely a response to increased complexity. However, organizations that invest in real-time monitoring and data analytics could gain a significant competitive edge. By anticipating disruptions and responding swiftly, these businesses can operate more efficiently than competitors who remain reactive. 9. Resilience as a pathway to efficiency. The narrative often frames resilience as a cost rather than a pathway to efficiency. However, companies that build resilient supply chains may discover that their ability to adapt quickly to disruptions not only protects them from losses but also enhances their efficiency. This counterintuitive outcome underscores the value of resilience in achieving long-term operational excellence. 10. The role of economic fragmentation in driving innovation. The challenges posed by economic fragmentation could lead to unexpected innovations. As businesses confront barriers and disruptions, they may be compelled to rethink their processes and adopt novel solutions that ultimately enhance their efficiency. This dynamic suggests that adversity can be a catalyst for innovation rather than a hindrance. In summary, while the landscape of global trade is undeniably fraught with challenges stemming from protectionism and economic fragmentation, the projected increase in trade efficiency by 35% highlights a complex interplay of factors. Businesses that strategically navigate these challenges may uncover opportunities for innovation, collaboration, and resilience that ultimately lead to enhanced operational efficiency. The counterintuitive insights provided in this context challenge traditional assumptions and suggest that adaptability and proactive strategies can yield significant benefits in an increasingly complex global trade environment. The report on the projected 35% increase in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025 presents several key insights that may be overlooked by many readers, particularly those focused solely on immediate economic indicators or technological advancements. Here are the significant aspects of the report along with an explanation of why they are important. Economic fragmentation and its implications. Overlooked insight. The report emphasizes the trend of economic fragmentation, which is not just a background context but a critical factor reshaping global trade dynamics. The rise in harmful policy interventions, from 600 in 2017 to over 3,000 annually by 2023, indicates a systemic shift in international relations affecting trade. Significance. Understanding economic fragmentation is crucial as it creates a landscape where businesses must adapt to rapidly changing regulations and tariffs. This fragmentation complicates supply chains, leading to increased operational costs, potential delays, and higher prices for consumers. Businesses that fail to recognize this trend may find themselves unprepared for the complexities of a divided global market, resulting in lost competitiveness. Supply chain vulnerabilities. Overlooked insight. The report points to real-world events such as water shortages in the Panama Canal and regional conflicts, which have exposed vulnerabilities in global supply chains. The shift from just-in-time to just-in-case inventory systems is not merely a strategic choice but a necessity for resilience. Significance. The implications of these vulnerabilities are profound. Companies that rely heavily on just-in-time inventory systems may experience severe disruptions, leading to increased costs and inflationary pressures. Recognizing and addressing these vulnerabilities allows businesses to create more resilient supply chains that can withstand global disruptions, ultimately safeguarding their operational viability. Cyber risks in trade. Overlooked insight. The intersection of trade and cybersecurity is highlighted as an emerging risk that many businesses may not fully appreciate. As governments impose stricter regulations and protectionist measures, the risk of cyber espionage and misinformation increases. Significance. In today's digital economy, the security of data and systems is paramount. A failure to address cyber risks can lead to significant financial losses, reputational damage, and operational disruptions. Companies that invest in robust cybersecurity measures not only protect their assets but also enhance their credibility and trust with stakeholders, which is vital in a fragmented trade environment. Strategic recommendations for businesses. Overlooked insight. The report provides actionable recommendations for businesses such as enhancing supply chain visibility, diversifying supply sources, and engaging in scenario planning. These strategies are not just tactical adjustments, they represent a fundamental shift in how companies must operate in an uncertain trade environment. Significance: implementing these strategies is essential for long-term sustainability. Businesses that proactively enhance their supply chain visibility through technologies like AI can respond more swiftly to disruptions. Similarly, diversifying supply sources helps insulate companies from regional risks and trade restrictions. These proactive measures can position businesses advantageously, allowing them to thrive amid uncertainty. Differences in perspectives on trade dynamics. Overlooked insight. The report contrasts the World Economic Forum's focus on the risks of protectionism with other perspectives that highlight technological advancements as a means of overcoming these challenges. Significance: this multifaceted view of global trade dynamics is essential for understanding the broader landscape. While technological advancements can drive efficiencies, they must be considered alongside the geopolitical realities that create risks. Businesses that adopt a balanced perspective can better navigate the complexities of international trade and leverage technology while preparing for potential disruptions. Timeline of events and future projections. Overlooked insight. The timeline from 2017 to projected changes in 2025 illustrates a rapid evolution in trade policies and their impacts on global business. Significance: acknowledging this timeline helps businesses understand the urgency of adapting to changing circumstances. The escalating number of harmful policy interventions suggests that the status quo will not remain stable. Companies that remain complacent may find themselves at a competitive disadvantage as the landscape continues to evolve. Advocacy for trade agreements. Overlooked insight. The report recommends that businesses engage with policymakers to advocate for multilateral trade agreements as a countermeasure to fragmentation. Significance: this recommendation highlights the importance of collaborative approaches to trade. Businesses that actively participate in advocacy can influence policy changes that promote stability and predictability in trade relations. This engagement not only benefits individual companies but can also contribute to a more favorable trade environment for the entire sector. Conclusion. In summary, while the projected increase in global trade efficiency presents opportunities for growth, the underlying challenges posed by economic fragmentation, supply chain vulnerabilities, cyber risks, and protectionism must not be overlooked. Understanding these dynamics is critical for businesses aiming to navigate the complexities of the global trade landscape effectively. By adopting proactive strategies and engaging in advocacy, companies can position themselves for success in an increasingly fractured world. Here are the four most valuable points for in-depth analysis and discussion regarding the projected 35% increase in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025, particularly in the sectors of transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture. 1. Economic fragmentation and its implications. Economic fragmentation poses significant challenges to global trade dynamics. The surge in harmful policy interventions, from 600 in 2017 to over 3,000 annually by 2023, reflects a growing trend of protectionism and trade disputes. This fragmentation complicates supply chains, as businesses face increased tariffs and trade barriers that disrupt the flow of goods and services. The implications for businesses are profound. They must adapt to a more uncertain trading environment which can stall innovation, increase costs, and affect global economic growth. Discussion points. How can businesses mitigate the impacts of economic fragmentation? What role do international trade agreements play in reducing fragmentation? How do protectionist policies affect the competitiveness of businesses in different regions? 2. Supply chain vulnerabilities and strategic adaptations. The vulnerabilities within global supply chains have been exacerbated by real-world events like water shortages and regional conflicts. The shift from just-in-time to just-in-case inventory models reflects a strategic adaptation to these vulnerabilities but may lead to increased operational costs and inflation. Companies must enhance visibility across their supply chains to identify potential disruptions proactively. Discussion points. What technologies can be utilized to enhance supply chain visibility? How do businesses balance the costs of inventory management with the need for resilience? What are the long-term implications of shifting supply chain models on global trade efficiency? 3. Cybersecurity in trade and supply chains. As trade becomes increasingly interconnected with digital platforms, the risks associated with cyber threats have escalated. Businesses are now facing significant challenges related to compliance, data protection, and cyber espionage. The need for robust cybersecurity measures is paramount as vulnerabilities can lead to severe disruptions and loss of sensitive data. Discussion points. What best practices should companies adopt to enhance their cybersecurity posture? How can businesses effectively manage the compliance landscape in various jurisdictions? What are the potential impacts of cyber risks on consumer trust and supply chain efficiency? 4. Technological advancements and trade efficiency. Technological innovations in telecommunications and data analytics are crucial drivers for the anticipated increase in trade efficiency. Enhanced connectivity can streamline logistics, while advanced data analytics can optimize production and distribution processes in agriculture. The intersection of technology and trade presents opportunities for businesses willing to invest in innovative solutions. Discussion points. What specific technologies are most promising for improving trade efficiency in the identified sectors? How can businesses leverage data analytics to optimize their operations? What role does government policy play in fostering technological advancements that support trade efficiency? In conclusion, while the projected increase in global trade efficiency presents significant opportunities, it is imperative for businesses to navigate the complexities of economic fragmentation, supply chain vulnerabilities, cybersecurity challenges, and technological advancements. Engaging in strategic planning and proactive adaptations will be essential for companies aiming to thrive in this evolving landscape. 1. The Great Depression and trade policy. During the Great Depression of the 1930s, global trade contracted significantly due to rising protectionism. The United States enacted the Smoot-Hawley tariff in 1930, which raised tariffs on hundreds of imports in an attempt to protect American industries. This led to retaliatory tariffs from other countries, further exacerbating the economic downturn. The result was a drastic reduction in international trade, demonstrating how protectionist policies can lead to economic fragmentation and negatively impact global trade efficiency. 2. The fall of the Soviet Union and trade shifts. The dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991 resulted in significant changes in global trade dynamics, particularly in Eastern Europe and Central Asia. The transition from planned economies to market-oriented systems led to both opportunities and challenges. Countries had to navigate new trade relationships, often facing trade barriers as they shifted away from the Soviet system. The fragmentation of the former Soviet bloc highlighted how geopolitical shifts can drastically alter trade efficiency and necessitate new strategies for businesses seeking to adapt to rapidly changing environments. 3. The 2008 financial crisis and trade volume decline. The global financial crisis of 2008 had profound effects on international trade. As credit markets froze and economies entered recession, global trade volumes plummeted by around 12% in 2009. Countries responded with various protectionist measures, including tariffs and subsidies, to protect domestic industries. This crisis underscored the vulnerabilities in global supply chains and demonstrated how financial instability can lead to significant drops in trade efficiency, prompting a re-evaluation of trade policies and practices in the aftermath. The projected 35% increase in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025 highlights a transformative period across key sectors: transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture, amidst a landscape marked by economic fragmentation and rising protectionism. Here's a closer look at the future outlook within these sectors. Transportation. Technological innovations, advancements in logistics technology including automated freight systems and AI-driven route optimization will significantly enhance efficiency. The integration of IoT devices for real-time tracking will allow companies to monitor shipments, predict delays, and manage inventory more effectively. Sustainability focus. The push for sustainability will also reshape transportation. Companies will increasingly adopt greener practices such as electric and hybrid fleets, which not only reduce carbon footprints but also comply with emerging regulations focusing on environmental protection. Infrastructure investments. Investments in infrastructure spurred by government incentives and public-private partnerships will improve transportation networks. Upgrades to ports, airports, and rail systems will facilitate smoother trade flows and reduce bottlenecks caused by outdated facilities. Telecommunications. 5G and beyond. The rollout of 5G networks will revolutionize telecommunications, enabling faster data transfer and improved connectivity. This will enhance the efficiency of supply chains by allowing for real-time communication and data sharing between businesses and logistics partners. Cybersecurity measures. As digital supply chains become more integral, the importance of cybersecurity will escalate. Telecommunications companies will need to invest in robust security protocols to protect against cyber threats, ensuring the integrity of data transfers and communications. Integration of AI and analytics. Telecommunications companies will leverage AI to analyze data patterns, predict network demands, and optimize resource allocation. This will not only improve service quality but also reduce operational costs, contributing to overall trade efficiency. Agriculture. Precision agriculture. The adoption of precision agriculture technologies such as drones and satellite imagery will enhance productivity by providing farmers with detailed insights into crop health and soil conditions. This will lead to better resource management and increased yields, directly impacting trade volumes. Supply chain resilience. The agricultural sector will focus on building resilient supply chains that can withstand disruptions. This may involve diversifying suppliers and creating localized production hubs to mitigate risks associated with global trade uncertainties. Sustainability practices. With rising consumer demand for sustainable products, the agricultural sector will increasingly adopt eco-friendly farming practices. This shift will not only meet regulatory standards but also enhance market opportunities for exporters. Strategic responses to challenges. 1. Navigating economic fragmentation. Businesses will need to adapt to the challenges posed by economic fragmentation. Companies that actively diversify their supply chains and invest in local partnerships will be better positioned to mitigate the risks associated with increased tariffs and trade barriers. 2. Cybersecurity investments. As cyber threats become more prevalent, organizations must prioritize cybersecurity. Implementing comprehensive cyber risk strategies, including employee training and regular assessments, will safeguard against potential attacks that could disrupt operations. 3. Advocacy for trade agreements. Businesses should engage with policymakers to advocate for multilateral trade agreements. A cooperative trade environment can help reduce barriers and foster a more stable economic landscape, enhancing overall trade efficiency. Conclusion. The projected enhancements in global trade efficiency by Q4 2025, despite the challenges of protectionism and economic fragmentation, present a unique opportunity for businesses willing to innovate and adapt. By focusing on technological advancements, sustainability, and strategic risk management, organizations in transportation, telecommunications, and agriculture can navigate the complexities of the evolving trade landscape and thrive in the coming years.